is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around.
You knew we'd be here to talk about it, guys. Hi, everybody. Drew here for Drew Dad Games, Drew Dad Underground, Drew Dad Gaming on Twitch, which means this.
Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we could burn this world down.
And speaking of burning woke world downs, Desert Nord's here. And this time it's not about woke, it's about TDS. Or TDA, if you will, which is Trump Derangement Affliction now.
Well, the wokeness underlies it all, though.
Yeah. But obviously, as you guys see by the background here, and yes, I heavily censored it for a good reason, because what it actually says, I know YouTube isn't going to like it at all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you guys piece it together on what that says. And it says all that you need to know about how I feel about what happened at the correspondence dinner. Long story short, and yes, we're not going to show anything because we're not going to get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Like,
the media refused to allow anyone to use any footage of any of it, so yeah.
Yeah, so we're not going to show you anything. If you want to see anything, I encourage you to go to Matt Morse TV or the Morse Report on Facebook and on X for more information that we're not going to show you here on this particular episode. Because yes, this is a rare, if you will, Wednesday, or at least it's not rare lately, Wednesday edition of Breaking Rocks. We weren't going to do one this week. We were going to do one next week about Xbox and PlayStation, but some asshole decided to fuck everything up for everybody.
Yeah, well.
And I was going to watch the correspondence dinner, but somebody decided to follow through on what the mainstream media has been telling him. In other words,
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Yeah, no.
So with that being said, the manifesto of this asshole reads like a CNN script. Bro,
Cole Allen has it was a, I don't, some people initially said teacher, but I think it was just some sort of an employee there out in Torrance, California, the school there.
No surprise.
And he is not dead. I don't know whether that's fortunate or unfortunate. I guess it's could be debated.
It shows the level of incompetence of the security at the dinner at the time. The fact that he's still alive.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, really, it's the fact this got even half as far as it did is amazing.
Well, I wouldn't call it amazing. I'd call it horrifying.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like, what the fuck is your job other than to like guard the building and make sure nobody just walks in with a fucking rifle? Or runs in with a fucking rifle.
And it's worse than that. He was actually had rented a room at the hotel. That the dinner was in.
Yeah. I was saying, the guy comes running down with a rifle and just starts, firing. It's like, what kind of fucking security is this? Like, almost non-existent, basically. It's, if anything, all this shit really does on that end of things is just, unfortunately, shows people, the rest of the psychotic left crowd, which is the vast majority of them, unfortunately, that they just need careful planning and they could probably get away with it, or at least accomplish it.
And
Like, it's just the conversation that these fucking psychos are having right now online is basically boils down to like disappointment. Once again, disappointment that this guy didn't succeed in killing people, and basically just complete despair that they don't get to witness the death of a president or cabinet members of his administration. And the justification, of course, is political differences, as always with these fucking psychos. Political differences has somehow gotten us to the point where that's a justification for these people to murder people. That's literally where half of our society has gotten now.
yeah.
Like, we don't have lines. There's no lines. We don't have a civilization. We're just savages walking around. We're in a PvP server, for Christ's sake. We're in a whole nother world than, I was gonna actually, ahead of this conversation, I was gonna have you either watch or clip that. I don't know if you saw it or not. You probably didn't see it way back when it happened, of course, but when Reagan was shot, right?
Yes, on that note, this was the same hotel that happened at.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's relevant. This is the same hotel that happened at.
Being said, here's my message to future presidents of the United States. Stay the fuck away from this hotel.
Yeah, well,
because it seems to be cursed.
This is also part of why Trump wanted the new ballroom to get fucking done, because it's a lot safer to host a White House event at the White House than it is to host it somewhere else.
Exactly. But to shift gears for just a moment, AOC and her kind now saying that they never said anything about killing Trump. And the same thing goes for these talking heads on CNN, MSNBC, and so on. That's what they're saying now. Well, this is for all of you.
Bullshit. Yeah,
You're
but
all on fucking camera saying it.
Okay, I say yeah, okay, but what do you guys say about killing Nazis? And who do you call Nazis? You guys obviously say it's okay to kill Nazis. Everyone says that. But then what do you guys come along and do is you say everyone else is a Nazi. So if it's okay to kill Nazis and everyone else is a Nazi, doesn't it mean it's okay to kill everyone else then? You see the logic there? They pretend like we don't even see it or something. It's the most arrogant bullshit imaginable, and disingenuous on top of it. Arrogance and disingenuousness at once. For her to say shit like that, because she knows damn well everyone on her side would love it if Trump was shot and killed. They'd fucking love it. They don't even pretend they wouldn't love it. Most of them don't even pretend. They don't even have the pretense of pretending they don't love that idea. Let alone this bullshit disingenuousness of, oh, well, we're not violent, we're reasonable, we're careful, we love people, we're passionate, compassionate, we're civilized, we're progressives. Like, fuck you, fuck all of you. Honestly,
to call yourself a progressive and be for something like this, you're not progressive, you are regressive. You're giving progressive a bad name. Progression means moving forward. You're moving fucking backwards.
Until these fucking scumbags come out and actively, openly, publicly say, look, it is not okay to try to kill the president of the United States because you disagree with him. Until they fucking say that, I do not believe them otherwise.
And anyone in the cabinet either.
Yeah, no, anyone in the cabinet either. Of course not. It goes for everyone in the administration. Being targeted essentially by every single person on the fucking left at this point.
I guarantee you that,
like, you can either declare that you are against this shit, or obviously you aren't. One of the two. And if you're not against it, you can't bitch when it happens back to you guys. You can't complain.
I guarantee you that if anything like this happened to Barack Obama, they would be like, this is uncalled for. There needs to be arrests.
Every single fucking leftist right now who doesn't say this is wrong is a fucking hypocrite. And yes, when shit like this happens to people on the left, it is wrong. It shouldn't happen. Violence is not a valid political tool in a civilized Western civilization. It is not okay to kill your political opponents. That is not how you win power justly. That is not how you govern a country. That is not how you gain a valid argument against your opponents. That is not a valid fucking argument. Bullets are not a valid fucking argument. And they don't get that. They really do not understand that shit. And they think they're just automatically right, even if they're the violent psychos trying to kill everybody, they're still right. And it's like, if you're right, then what do you have to do this for? Why do you have to do any of this shit if you're correct? If you're not wrong, what are you mad about? What do you need to kill people for if you're not wrong? And the answer is you are wrong. And you need to step back and ask yourself why the fuck you are wrong, and think about it, and search your souls, and stop being terrible human beings. Because all of you people on the left have to answer for this shit. Because you all support this shit. You all love this shit. And yes, I say all until I hear otherwise from some individual who isn't. You all support this shit.
Is it a little too late to say that there's a parental advisory warning on this episode?
Yeah, well, it's an angry episode. You have cursing in the title, so, you know. I mean,
yeah, well,
they get the point, I'm sure.
Yeah, but the bad words, well, let's just say that fuck shit and anything
hey,
like
man.
that is not actually in the.
Hey man, we'd have the fucking income of Hassan Piker if we got $1 for every time he swore on this fucking podcast.
Well, personally, I personally call it a live cast, but that's beside the point here. The point we're trying to make here is you have people like Jimmy, the fuck's his name again?
You talking about which? You talking about Kimmel?
Yeah, Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel.
I was gonna say not Fallon, but the other one.
Yeah, no, I was gonna bring that up because, and the reason I was gonna bring it up is because there was a speech given after the shooting of Ronald Reagan at the Correspondent Center, which was delayed because of the shooting of Reagan when that happened. And the speech was by Johnny Carson. Okay. And Johnny Carson, if you go back and watch that clip, which is all over the internet right now because people are pointing it out, he talks about how no matter what you believe in, no matter where you stand politically, it is never okay to think this isn't bad. To be okay with this type of violence. It's not good. It's not okay. You're not a good person. You need to take violence and put it over the line and say, that's over the line. We don't go there.
And we
don't go there in our civil politic.
And that's the difference between then and now. Johnny Carson was a liberal.
Yeah. No, I know. And Johnny Carson was no ally of Ronald Reagan. He wouldn't be an ally of Donald Trump if he were alive today either.
Yeah, but that form of liberal, Johnny Carson, is gone.
Yeah, well, it's a classy individual who knows what's true and what's not true.
We're stuck
for the
with
most part.
These animalistic ones who just want everyone fucking dead that they disagree with.
Yeah, no, it's like they drop the pretense of any civility whatsoever. Civility is just gone with these people. Civility doesn't matter, but it definitely matters when it comes to them, though. See, not only does civility matter, you can't even use their pronouns wrong, or they will lose their fucking minds. But if they get to shoot and kill people on the right side of politics, that's cool. That's fine. It's justified because they're politically correct in their own mind.
Actually,
this delusional insanity of being okay with violence, being okay with, well, because somebody I perceive to be on my side died one time of some cause or was assaulted by someone, and we're not fully protected. Therefore, I get to support violence against everybody I disagree with. That's their attitude. Every time you bring it up, they always talk about, oh, well, this person or that person had this attack and conservatives laughed, or conservative thought it was non-serious, or conservative made memes about it. It's like, yeah, there's a difference between making memes about something, okay, and advocating more people die, or advocating that it happen again, or being sorry that someone didn't die. That's not what goes on. Okay, and it's not okay when it does go on. If anybody ever does that on the right, that's not right. That's wrong right there. Like, I don't support that shit. I don't think it's funny to think about, oh, well, you know, this person or that person getting capped. I don't think that's funny. I don't think that's useful. That's not politically mature. That is childlike behavior from radical extremist pieces of shit.
As sure as I'm
No
sitting
matter
here,
who says that, they're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Period.
as sure as I'm sitting here in my office at my desk right now,
Yeah.
I guarantee you that if anything like this happened to Joe Biden or Barack Obama, people like us would not be celebrating it or going, damn, he missed. No, we would also be saying, you shouldn't be doing that shit.
Conservatives who are, not pieces of shit, which, the vast majority of us are not, don't want anyone killed.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want anyone within our body politic. Now, if we're talking about foreign policy, no war. We have enemies that we would like to see killed. Yes. But that isn't a foreign land. That is foreign enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Those are wars we're fighting. That is not what we talk about when we talk about our internal politic here. Okay? If we say, oh, we want to see terrorists die over, in the Middle East because, they threaten us, that's different. That is not within our body politic. That is an exterior threat to our body politic. Well, the problem is that everybody on the left thinks that everybody on the right is a threat to their body politic and deserves that same rhetoric upon them.
Mm-hmm.
And so the left is talking like they're a war enemy of the right. The left is talking like they're at war with the right, like literal war.
Yeah.
Well, the right's still, convulsing. We're still convulsing about trying to be civil.
Yeah.
And how the hell does this end? Is like the question I have about all of it. Like, where does this go? Because, after the Luigi Mangione shooting of the healthcare CEO, and after Charlie Kirk, and after, this incident, every single fucking time, without fail, the establishment left and the terminally online left are all celebrating the shit without any fucking repercussions except, oh, they lost their job. You know what? Losing your job, if that's what happened to you for celebrating the murder of someone, you should be thankful it's just that. Because in every other country in the world, if you do that shit, you're a war enemy in the country and you have to flee because they will kill you. Okay? We have freedom of speech. We don't have freedom from any consequences to your speech. You get to say what you want. You get to say what you want. That doesn't mean your employer has to accept it. That doesn't mean everybody you live with has to accept your opinion and treat you no differently because you said some wild shit. No, that's not what that means. What it means is you get to say it. And everyone who tries to hurt you because you said it in a physical way is a criminal. That's a crime. We don't legalize retribution for political speech, at least in the physical sense. Okay, your employer can say, look, we don't want anything to do with you if you're going to be a radical, crazy psycho online. It looks bad for our company. It's bad for our bottom line. We don't want you here anymore. They get the right to say that because you don't have the right to a job. You have the privilege to work for someone. Okay, so you have to behave how they would like you to behave while working for them. Okay, this is something the left does not understand.
Yeah.
And so they like to conflate losing their job for being crazy online equals their speech being violated. Well, no, you got to say what you wanted to say, didn't you? You could say it again if you want.
And we will get to Jimmy Kimmel in just a second, but I noticed that if you guys want to see what we're talking about, there is somebody live on YouTube right now that would be a great person for you to go watch his coverage of what we're talking about here. And that's CobraCast 199, D-Day Cobra.
Yeah, no,
I obviously shout out to the 199. You guys are always welcome here in the underground.
I would also point out that this morning, Asmongold posted a video discussing this topic also.
Yeah, he did. So go check out Asmongold as well. Stephen Crowder on Rumble as well.
Yeah, Steven Crowder also posted a video discussing this too. Pretty much everybody's discussing this right now. So
go check just go watch all of them, everybody.
Sure, it's an important topic that needs to be addressed. Once again, needs to be addressed. We did this before, but I guess we have to do it again. I guess verbal beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yeah, because as I said before, we weren't going to do a Breaking Rocks until Tuesday next week to talk about PlayStation and Xbox goings-ons. And there's a lot going on there that we got to talk about. So that's going to be on Tuesday of next week.
My simple request to everyone on the assassination topic, as if this should even be a topic in our American politics, civil society.
Yeah.
On the assassinations topic, if we could please, for Christ's sake and every other thing sake, please reject political violence. We all need to reject political violence.
You do realize that there's only one true way that all of this ends, right?
Unfortunately, yes. I know history, and I know the tales of old of things like this occurring in the past. I know them.
But the outcome I'm talking about is not historical, because it's only
history is the only guide we have for the future. I mean,
but what I'm talking about has not really ever happened, technically speaking.
And what is that?
The return of Christ.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, sure, but yeah, we have no precedent for that. So,
yeah,
I was just talking about consequences that we do have precedent for.
Yeah, well, I'm throwing all of that out the window because
we're not the first society to be racked with political assassination.
No, we are not. This is how Rome fell.
Well, this is also how America went into the first Civil War.
Yeah, that too. Well, actually, technically speaking, the assassination of Lincoln is coming out of the war. But
no, I know, but we had assassinations prior, attempts and assassinations prior to that too.
True.
So, and then after, I mean, there was attempts before, and then there was assassinations after too. This country has never been united since the Civil War. And I suppose in the grand scheme, if we were going to, Montesquieu this up in a sense and, give the corpus on American history and say, what does it look like from the outside looking in? You'd say, well, I can help with that because I watch a lot of people on YouTube and whatever. And the general consensus that I'm seeing is we're a joke. Well, it's, well, I wouldn't necessarily, I was going to say that we are a nation who for a time was somewhat united and for various moments in time united for the most part, but at other times horrendously divided. And in a more systemic way, like terminally ill with division. And that's kind of what we're definitely at this point. We have a terminal illness of division in the country. And that's not to say there's no valid reason to have differences. Of course there is. But again, every single person who it seeks to have a civil society in this country continue on in even the medium term has got to stand there and say, look, we have got to draw the line at homicide. Okay?
Yeah.
We have got to say, look, we can disagree. We can even hate each other. We can even say horrible, mean shit. But guess what we cannot do? We cannot go with a gun and start shooting all of each other. That is not a civil society. That's a war. It's a mess. That's not humanity functioning. That's a PvP server. Okay? And I don't want to live. Asmongold doesn't want to live, and many of other people online, and I've heard from in the last 48 hours, do not want to live in a fucking PvP server.
Yeah.
And I don't think the left does either, really. They just want to win, and they don't know how to anymore. They just want to win, and they can't see winning elections fair and square anymore, so they have to engage in violence. They don't get their way like little 8-year-olds, and they have to engage in violence. Like when your little brother or sister didn't get the slice of pizza, soon enough or equal to yours, so they decided to go and punch you in the head. That's the left right now, convulsing because they didn't win the last election, and so pissed off and not knowing what to do about it that they can't argue with the right. They need to shoot bullets now. That's where we're at here, and it's not okay. Every single person needs to reject that shit, because guess what? Even for their own good, the left doesn't have the guns. The left doesn't have the artillery. The left doesn't have the majority of the military. The left doesn't have the all the bullets and all the fucking will in the world to win a war. They don't have that. They have pronouns and mental illnesses. They have gripes. They have historical chips on their shoulder. They have microaggressions that they worry about. They would never win a hot conflict with the right. They need to know this. So they need to stop with the stupid shit and quit egging the right on. They're not going to win that. It's not a game they could ever win. They're not built for that. I mean, the farmers in the United States alone organizing to starve them would end this in and of itself. So I don't see what they think they're going to accomplish with violence other than destroying themselves in the end, which I know that they always like to do that in the end. Nobody's killed more communists than other communists. It's the truth.
And that goes back to what I said at the top, that there was a bunch of leftists from the mainstream media in the room with Trump's administration when that idiot tried to charge with his rifle.
I know, but that idiot was very politically aware, and he wasn't going to shoot media members and journalists. He was going to shoot members of the administration.
Well, his manifesto
primarily Trump only, probably.
His manifesto did say that he would go through whoever was standing in his way.
Yeah, whatever. He said that, but
and that's
he
what I'm going off of. He didn't get far. But to simplify everything that you just said, I can simplify it in 2 clips. First,
you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Right?
Unless you look at Blue Sky.
And speaking of Blue Sky,
yeah, it's where these people live online.
This is for them.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Yeah, it's the phrase reaping the whirlwind. They have no idea that they're going to reap the whirlwind here. If they want to push, if they really, in all honesty, the majority of the left wants to push this to open violence, if that's what they really want, and they should say that if that's what they really want, they should just be honest and quit playing around saying they're not violent and that they would never hurt a soul or a fly. We don't believe in that. Yeah, you don't believe in it. But you know what you do believe in? You believe everybody on the other side is worthy of being killed because you believe everybody on the other side is a bunch of Nazis. And you say so every fucking day.
In other words, every single time they open their mouth, it just makes me want to go
bullshit.
Yeah, the disingenuousness is it's painful. It's palpable how disingenuous they are.
Mm-hmm.
They pretend to not understand things, so we can't have a discussion about it to begin with. But we also can't, sit here and play their little game either, because then they're the victim. Oh, suddenly they're the victim. It's like, if you go around openly killing people and then openly celebrating killing people, how are you the victim? In what way are you even close to a victim at that point? You're not.
And quickly we're going to throw it to our field reporter, our liberal in the field. Blah, what do you got for us? Well, wasn't that fucking enlightening?
Yeah, well, it's somewhat more intelligible than the average, radical leftist on Blue Sky. But the thing is that they have got to know, and we can tell them 1,000 times, but they have got a very, very dwindling clock on figuring it the fuck out. All right? You know that FAFO thing? They're fucking around right now. All right? They're fucking around right now with something they don't understand.
Speaking of
And
fucking
they will
around,
find out if they don't fucking stop it.
yeah, and speaking of fucking around and finding out, Jimmy Kimmel,
Yeah, him too.
the FCC is now putting a lot of pressure on Disney with their broadcasting licenses right now.
Yeah, because he keeps lying. He keeps like openly lying and making
And
jokes about this shit.
Yeah, and he thinks that they're not even really jokes, honestly. They're just shitty.
He thinks it's funny, so to him it's a joke.
Well, yeah, he's the only person on earth that thinks that it's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
To say that, oh, you look like you're expecting to become a widow.
This is the same motherfucker who cries about gun violence every other time of the day.
Meanwhile, the real culprit is mental illness in this country.
If it's anybody he has sympathy for, he'll cry his fucking eyes out on camera over it. But if it's Trump, then suddenly it's totally cool. The guy's a fucking massive hypocrite, and I don't even know how anybody thought he was fucking funny to begin with to put him in that position in the first place. But at the same time, I don't understand. They're losing money every time he walks out on stage. Like the Kimmel thing makes no sense to me.
Hold on. If we're going to do this roast stuff, then we got to do it properly. Hold on one second.
I love a good roast.
Yeah.
So with that being said, in my honest, objective opinion of his sense of humor, as in Jimmy Kimmel, and his jokes, there's only one reaction from me when he opens his mouth to do a joke.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
At this point, though, ABC has got to know that they're going to lose their broadcast license on account of this dumb.
And also all the advertising money, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they lose their broadcast license, then, I mean, the FCC will fine them every time they do a program.
Well, first and foremost, advertisers have got to be pulling out like rats in a gas chamber to get away.
I told you, they're losing money every time he walks out on stage. They're not winning any money with this guy at all. They're not winning any money with Jimmy Kimmel. They're losing money every time.
And nobody's watching either.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like if you want to just kill stacks and stacks and stacks of $100 bills over there at ABC, just go ahead and keep going with this. Just keep going with just keep destroying your company and the reputation of your entire nightly show with every day he walks out on that fucking stage and says stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I know he's got fans. Of course he does. Everybody who says stupid shit has fans. That's the majority of the influencers online. All right? I get it.
Oh,
but he doesn't make them money. And that's what should matter to them.
I think this is a good way to tie in what we did on the last Breaking Rocks. Which was the top talk show hosts. So who do you think would be a great replacement for the fuck up of the century, Jimmy Kimmel?
Well, at this point, the only people watching his show are hardcore leftists, so I don't know who would satisfy them. I guess it'd have to be like fucking Nikki Glazer or something. I don't know.
Well, first of all, entertaining them, well,
it's not my concern.
So with that being said, I know that the one name that I would like to see the most be talk show host again. He's never going to do it because he has said that he don't want to do it, but I want him, and that's Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, I know. And that's true, of course. But the thing is that it's a sinking ship over there. That nightly show is a sinking ship.
Yeah.
It's got leftist viewers, and that's it. Conservatives who watch it to cringe or hate watch. Okay? And that's not enough to get the ratings up to where you would make money.
Well,
because of how much money they spend writing terrible jokes and shitting on Trump constantly.
Well, first and foremost, you get rid of all that, get rid of Kimmel, and then put like a host there who will actually attract the masses.
And stop paying the writers who don't know how to write funny material, which is definitely not Kimmel. You don't think he's writing these jokes? No, he's not.
I'm available to be a writer for a talk show if you put like a decent host on. I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're in.
And I'm available.
They with Kimmel, they are in a shitty position, and they don't even think they are. That's the first problem. Like with any problem in life, if you don't know you have a problem, like the left not realizing they have an assassinations problem,
Yeah.
if you don't know you have a problem, it becomes incredibly hard to fix the problem that you don't think you have or don't know you have. Okay.
I just had a better idea. As someone that I'd love to see do a talk show, but I know he won't ever do it. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, well, again, Dave is wise enough to know not to support this type of shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he also has his head fully stuck up his ass about realizing that, you know, his show he would literally never have a career if he had eliminated all the conservatives in his audience. He wouldn't even have a career. Like the reason he was accepted as a renowned comedian is because everybody thought he was funny at one point.
And a lot of people still think he's funny.
Yeah, no, I mean he can be, but again, what he is though is he's a retarded apologist for a group of people who doesn't even really care about him. Like I hope that at some point Dave Chappelle realizes just how little the left actually gives a shit about him.
I'm otherwise just throwing names out there of people who might be better than Kimmel, which is hard to do.
No, everyone is. Everyone in the comedy realm is better than Kimmel. He's not even funny.
Because honestly, put a Rock in the chair. Yeah, the Rock is funnier than Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, no, everybody. There's not a living soul in comedy that isn't funnier than Kimmel. He's one of the least funny comedians that is in the news today. Like he's literally one of the least funny there is. I mean, Seth Meyers and John Oliver are funnier than him, and that's really saying something.
Well, here's a couple of guys who are definitely funnier than Kimmel.
Damn! Yeah. Well, again, there's so many things they could do to fix that particular issue. There's so many things that ABC could do to fix their shit.
Well,
with Kimmel,
it's not really even just ABC because they're owned by Disney, and they're going through their own shit with the FCC over this.
Yeah, no, I get that part too. Of course, Disney, the fucking dark empire of, you know, the evil empire, practically.
Yeah.
But you know, and who knows what you can even accomplish with Disney? My God, we've been struggling with them for a decade.
Yeah, and we do with the copyright claims of the clips that you gave me, the 2 Star Wars ones, constantly.
Yep.
And then with all of them.
I frankly, I've had disdain, and this podcast here that we've done here, I've had disdain for Disney for clear across almost 20 years of my life now. Okay.
Yeah, since they bought Star Wars.
Yeah, since even before then. But yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
After they bought Star Wars and destroyed it, it was like a final straw, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first time they pissed me off. It was really the last, and the last time I was going to take their company or anything they do seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I was fucking done, you know, like they say, fucking done with Disney a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you know, what Bob Iger does and whether Kathleen Kennedy's around or any of that shit, like, I fucking don't even care. Like, even if they did put someone decent in the slots over at Disney, I still would hate the company because of all the rank and file retards they've hired. Like, it's obnoxiously toxic. And all they do is propaganda. All they do is dog shit, garbage, degeneracy. That's all they do. It's all they've been doing. It's all they know how to do. So it's like, I mean, I'd said back, you know, a long time ago, probably 7 or 8 years on this podcast ago, I said that Disney should die in a fire, okay, as a company. All right. And that's I didn't change that attitude at all. If anything, somehow got worse, if that's even possible.
You mean a fire like this?
Taki? Eve, are you alright? This place is dangerous. Take my hand.
Now, the reason all of this is, I suppose, full circle here
Yeah.
is because the media is absolutely not directly not see whenever an individual does some radical violent shit,
Yeah.
I have a habit of keeping them accountable for their actions primarily. I mean, we're talking about an adult here. We're talking about someone who should know better. We're talking about somebody who should be treated like an adult and tried as an adult, preferably, and not an insane adult, because he's not insane. He's just as insane as everybody on the left is. If he's worthy of being declared insane, then you should asylum everyone on the left, because this man was right there with them. This man was not different. This man did not speak differently. He did not believe differently than the average American leftist Democrat voter.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's insane, then so are they. He's not insane. He's a regular leftist Democrat of today. That's what he is, and that's where they are. They have become homicidal maniacs.
Yeah.
That's what they are. And it needs to be said out loud. They have become homicidal maniacs who don't give a fuck about civility or civilization at all. They're actively trying to destroy Western civilization, and they don't even give a fuck. They give no fucks anymore. Okay? Unless it's one of them, then it's like the crime of the century, and democracy is falling, and oh my god, they get to murder everybody on the right, and it's fine. But if anybody gets even touched on their side, it's the end of democracy as we know it, and it's like the crisis of the millennium. It's so pathetic and disingenuous and stupid, and I don't even care about their opinions anymore. And that's where we're being pushed right now, where the right and the left are not going to even care about each other's opinions anymore. It's just going to devolve into a PvP server where everybody's just trying to score tallies on their bombers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can't let ourselves fall that direction. I mean, I feel like Bonhoeffer. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm the guy who's standing there going, I refuse to take part in this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to sit there and dehumanize everybody on the left. I just want them to stop wanting death for everybody they disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's too much to ask, apparently. Way too much to ask. Because they can't. They can't stop wishing death on everybody that disagrees with them. They've just been pushed to it. And then the media is whistling past the graveyard here. Thankfully, no one's freshly in the graveyard today. But it could have been.
Yeah. It could have been really bad, because that was a lot of people in that room.
Uh-huh. I'm just saying that the media is not a babe in the woods here.
Mm-hmm.
The media is as fucking guilty as anybody at instigating and propagandizing and lying and pissing people off in order to make them do things. It's their whole goal. This is their strong arm strategy. They're not going to do things themselves. They're not going to do a Woodward and Bernstein and try to set up the president to be impeached. They're not trying to do all that anymore. They did that before, it didn't work. Now they're just trying to get him killed using their foot soldiers on the ground. Now they're just trying to get him shot. And then they're pretending they somehow aren't having anything to do with this and don't want this to happen. Oh yeah, sure. You guys this wouldn't even happen without you guys. You're integral to this occurring. You are the instigation of this even being possible.
Yeah.
And they need to address that. They need to face that. And unless they want to just push this country over the brink, because it's going that direction still.
Yeah.
This country is not headed towards happy times. I mean, I have some hope and some belief that certain aspects of the leadership of the country right now has some idea of how to improve things. But socially, it's a fucking joke. It kind of reminds me of what I said about, when Trump won the first time. I said, well, it'll help economically, but it's not going to help socially. And that's been true of the second term, too. I mean, it would have been true of his 2020 one if he had been allowed to win then. But 2024, it was true. It was true in 2016. It's true now. The social side of our country is a raging dumpster fire, even if the economic side is somewhat improving.
Yeah.
Or even maybe if it even isn't improving even there either. But either way, the social side is a raging forest fire of stupidity and chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And this shit's not going to stop. I mean, I hope conservatives realize, like, even if Trump is shot and killed, this is going to continue, right? They realize, conservatives have to realize that, right? Like,
Yeah.
it will get worse if that happens. Like, it immediately will get worse for the left, of course, because then the left is the enemy number one of everybody on the right side of politics. Like, you'll see people dragging their neighbors out in the streets and assaulting them if anything happens to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be in a full-blown chaotic civil war.
Yeah.
And they need to get that through their stupid heads. They don't win if they kill Trump. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't World War II, where if you kill Hitler, it's over. Okay? That's not what this is. Well, they think that's what this is. They've convinced themselves that's exactly what this is. This is like a video game to them. Mission accomplished. We killed the bad guy. And they need to snap the fuck out of that, because it's not that at all.
They are stupid on a level that boggles even the most acute mind on earth, I feel.
Yeah. I'm just saying that they need to snap out of their delusions, unless they expect consequences. And
was that the right statement? Acute mind?
I'm not sure what you were going.
I'm not sure either. I'm trying to basically the most intelligent mind, the most deep thought filled mind on earth would go, I don't get any of this. Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And I don't think I worded it correctly.
Well, I mean, there's intelligence and then there's wisdom. And the wisdom of all time pleads for peace, pleads for reason, pleads for more speech, pleads for open discussion, pleads for understanding, pleads for common ground.
Yeah, and
every other attitude pleads for all of this: chaos, division, violence, retribution, victory over the opponent, all of that crap.
And I think my level of wisdom and deep thinking leads me to the same destination each time, even though I get there in a somewhat close to intelligent way, and that's...
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Or in my case, I usually don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I think the left doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and the right doesn't know how to fucking react.
That is, yeah.
The right still cannot believe that the left has been pushed this far. And the left doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
The left just doesn't care anymore. The left is like, this is our attitude, and fuck you if you don't like it. That's how they are right now. And the right can't reason their way, unfortunately. We can't reason with them. We can't say, hey, can you stop, please? Like, no, we have to do this. We have to, because we're right. He's bad and needs to go.
Yeah.
That's where their mind is. And you can't convince them otherwise. And so we have an untenable social situation in the country. We have an untenable divide.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even the quote-unquote reasonable ones are up there plotting retribution when he's done. Plotting the next term where a Democrat takes power and plotting what they're going to do to Trump supporters as punishment for what Trump supporters did to the country, quote unquote. That's what they're up there saying. Like, do we have a country right now, or do we have a war zone? What do we have? What are we in?
We're in a political war zone at this point.
Because, I don't want to punish Kamala voters. I don't want to punish Biden voters with anything. I think they were wrong. I think they didn't know what they were doing. I don't think they thought too hard about it. But
don't
that's
think
as far
they're
as
proud
my
about
attitude towards them
anything.
goes. I don't want to see every leftist or Democrat eliminated, shot and killed, like
Mhm.
they want to see every Republican and Trump supporter, MAGA person.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I think that would be a disaster. We cannot not have a left in the country. We need to have a left and a right. It's only fair. It's like saying you should only have one gender in humanity. Well, how long will that last? You can't. It's the same thing. It's the thing about racism, the thing about sexism, the thing about every ism, one-sided ism, is that it's unfair, it's uneven, it's imbalanced, and it's unnatural, and it leads to complete decimation of the entire species.
I'm
Like,
not
we're
sure how that pen got unscrewed.
What?
My green pen was halfway unscrewed, and I don't know how that happened. Anyway.
Is that the point I was making is that people have to have some fucking wisdom for a change here. Because the sheer lack of wisdom going on right now, even on the right side of politics, and the sheer insanity going on the left is a horrible mix. It's like just a powder keg in a forest fire, man.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that this baby hasn't gone up yet is kind of unbelievable, really.
Yeah. I'm not sure how or why it hasn't gone up, but the fact that it hasn't, I can probably only contribute it to the hand of God at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, something is preventing this country from completely unraveling, and I don't know what it is, but
well, it's either God's hand or dark matter.
I mean, it's and I don't even know what the outcome. I don't really have a good insight on what the outcome of this all is, other than the history. And history says separation. History says that sooner or later, warring parties like this have to go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Have to politically split. Have to politically separate. And if they don't politically separate, they destroy each other.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what we're facing. That this country is going to have to balkanize sooner or later. This is something that Eric July and other libertarians have pointed out, that the appearance of the United States is that we are splitting apart slowly but surely.
Yeah. And it feels that way.
Yeah. That may be the only peaceful solution to this.
But I think I've said all I care to say on an episode like this.
Yeah.
With the exception of the main line here, which I will end with that now before we talk about what's coming up next.
All I have to say as a summary is just everyone has to reject violence.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So the reason that the line is censored is because it actually reads, uncensored wise, they will kill their own to kill President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And that is more true now than ever after this past weekend. Yeah. So with that being said, that's all we have for today. All we care to say today on YouTube about this particular situation. Because I don't want us repeating, even though I feel like we have, stuff that we've already said time and time again, especially after Butler, Pennsylvania at the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I said a lot then too, yeah.
Yeah.
Continues to be true.
And I don't want us to keep repeating ourselves, which is why we're going to try to cut this only to an hour, which at 5:40 whatever right now. So our outro for this is just going to be to talk about what we're going to be up to next. And for starters, the next Breaking Rocks on Tuesday, our usual day next week, if you're down for that, bro.
I suppose we have enough material, sure.
Oh, I got a bunch of stuff about Xbox and PlayStation that I wanted to do next week for episode 85, but we wound up having to do that today about this instead. So 86 will now be about what Xbox and PlayStation are up to. Xbox doing some good stuff with cutting the price of Game Pass.
After raising it.
And yeah. So Asha Sharma taking steps in the right direction with Xbox.
Yeah, no, I mean, credit where credit is due. It was good. It was a good decision.
And we'll get more into that, just like we'll get more into Sony apparently now deciding after rewatching footage from E3 and prior to of 2013, go, you know what? Xbox was onto something with that DRM shit. So we'll talk about that on Tuesday on episode 85.
Yeah.
Because we got to roast PlayStation and praise Xbox for once. But aside from that, tomorrow I'm going to try to be live, be it Twitch or YouTube or wherever the hell I wind up being, to play some games live on stream again for the first time in a while since I'm not sick anymore, finally.
Yeah.
So I'll finally get to that tomorrow at some point. What time? I don't know. Just stay tuned all day long and see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
But pay attention to Drew Dat Games on YouTube and or Drew Dat Gaming on Twitch. If you guys aren't following the Twitch channel, please go do so. I would appreciate it. The sooner I can get to 50 followers, the sooner I can try to monetize that channel on Twitch. That would be a great help for everything involved with what I want to do with gaming related stuff.
Yep.
And if you guys want to see me play a particular game on stream that I have, please say so in the comments either down below this or say whatever you want in the comments down below this about the topic we were talking about today, and or what you want to see me playing on stream for a video game. Which is a good way to end this. What would you like watching me play, bro?
Well, I definitely am mainlining Crimson Desert myself right now, and it's kind of the hot thing. So
you want to watch me trying to do that on the DRM written?
Well, I mean, as far as what games are fun to watch, I mean that game is not the most streamable game there is.
Sure.
But it's challenging enough to where I think it's a good gauge on testing your skills as a gamer.
Yeah.
It's not the hardest thing. It's not like, it's not like some Dark Souls shit. It's at times it's that way.
Oh,
but
okay.
Not quite.
A better question. What would you find entertaining to watch me play?
Well, I think maybe. Well, I would like to watch you play Mirage, but I know you didn't finish that game ever.
I didn't even start it.
Yeah, you didn't even start it, so I mean,
so that would be like a new game to me. So
yeah, no, and it's good. I mean, for what it was worth, I never liked the ending. I told you I didn't like the ending in my review.
I believe that it's in Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I could play it on whichever one at that point.
Yeah.
So with that being said, fine. Guess I'll try Assassin's Creed Mirage then. Tomorrow probably then.
Yeah.
At that point. Unless somebody else has a better idea in the comments down below.
I mean, the only better idea I could suggest is Crimson Desert, but that's just me.
Well, I already started playing that on stream, and I got to get back to that at some point too.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, I'll take whatever of that into consideration, and whatever you guys say in the comments down below, or on whatever video that you leave a comment like that on. I will see all of it because I pay attention to all of it. And yes, I do get the notifications on my phone when you guys comment. So, yeah. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. God save Donald Trump. Oh, wait. I forgot about a topic that I wanted us to bring up. The King of England spoke before Congress recently.
It was, he was touring Washington. Yeah.
And the Democrats stood up and applauded like seals for him.
Uh-huh.
But yet they do no King's rally, but yet will give a standing ovation to the King of England.
Yeah. As if you needed even more evidence that the No King shit was retarded
Uh-huh.
and disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what more proof you could possibly find than that. They're literally clapping for an actual king. Like, so I guess they do want kings then? I'm confused.
By the way, he was essentially calling them out for violence.
Yeah, no, he should. Everyone should. They're ridiculous.
In that speech too. So, for the first time ever, I'm like agreeing with the King of England for once.
Yeah,
for the first time ever.
He was rather cordial with Trump and the current administration, so there's that.
Yeah, and they were joking back and forth, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
And you can say whatever you want about the royal family because they're into some dark shit, but it was nice to see a nice side of King Charles for once.
Yeah.
Which obviously we don't compare him to his mother, who was a classy lady.
Well, sure, Elizabeth II was the most what shall we say, positive leader that the UK has practically ever had.
Yeah, and we said something to that effect when we did our stream dedicated to her life right after she passed away at the time, which you guys can find that on this channel somewhere.
Yeah, if you like our thoughts on the entire UK royal family, the Windsors and all that, there. Yeah.
Yeah, you could go check out that episode. I think it was the earlier episodes of Breaking Rocks, or maybe it was the Drew That Live cast at the time. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was one of these, I'm sure. Probably did a whole episode just dedicated to that, I think.
Yeah, we definitely did a whole episode just dedicated to Queen Elizabeth.
Yep.
At that point. But as it is, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for some video game. Be it Assassin's Creed Mirage or Desert, Crimson Desert, or whatever desert.
Yeah.
Or Skyrim Desert, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point for a game stream. Then we will see you guys Tuesday right back here for Breaking Rex 86, talking about Xbox and PlayStation news and whatever's going on there. Back to the gaming industry with that stuff then. Until then, be safe, be well, God bless. Try really hard not to hurt anybody.
Yeah, and more specifically on my side, you guys need to stop advocating people being hurt also.
And I'm looking at the left when I say try really hard not to hurt anyone today, fuckers.
Yeah.
Lest the last voice you hear will be God judging you. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Gotcha, bitch!
I just had to throw that in there one time.
Yeah.
God bless, guys.
Yep, see ya.
I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you.